Hello everybody, and you're back playing Foundry with me. And as you can see, we have a huge chunk of ignium. Now you're probably thinking, oh, there was no ignium last time we looked on this map. Well, no, it was close by anyway. So in typical British fashion, we've decided to embark on a massive engineering project, you know, in akin to the Great Railways, you know, bridges across the River Avon, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, Brunel would be proud. So what we've done is, on our map, we found this ignium ore sitting right underneath this mountain. And remember, we couldn't get to it. It's quite a long way. But, as you can see now, there is a line going through there. So essentially, using the power of explosives, and lots of them, we've blown ourselves a tunnel. So we've got loads and loads of things in here. Blown ourselves a tunnel. Blown ourselves a tunnel, not blown ourselves. We're not Prince. We have all our ribs. So we have built this contraption to get through here. Now, I'm a little bit too tall to get through there, but suffice to say, that's a corridor that goes all the way through the mountain. And as you can see, this is the mountain top. We did dig some of this out with our orbital laser, but the underground part was just a little difficult to do. So last episode, we ran out of fuel, and we had to use our oil to turn it into fuel that we could use. This is now turned into our ignium supply. And as you can see, it goes all the way under this mountain, quite a long way, and it comes out over this side. There we go. We're going down there. All our ignium ore is going this way. It's heading towards our factory of where the other line basically went into the factory. I've got two lines coming out. We've got so much of it there. I think it'll probably last us probably late game, even to the end of the game. Not that I'm sure what the end game is currently. But as you can see, let's just drop down and get down to the bottom quicker, and then fly the rest of the way over. Hello, little ram thingy, whatever you are. So this goes over here and just joins up to this line. I've turned that into a yellow belt, so 2 red into 1 yellow compresses nicely. And then that just goes into our steel making process, which was backing up, or rather completely empty. So we want to see this backing up soon, because we are going to need it. Basically because our profits at the top there, as you can see, are rather depleted, diminished, whatever you want to call it. And we didn't really have a chance to do anything building and extending these for our factory. But what I did do between episodes is I changed it here somewhat. So now we have these rods going in. We've got a factory here making electrical components. And before, where we had the copper coils going out onto a belt, I've taken that belt and repurposed it for these electrical components. And now these just go the whole way down the belt. As you can see, they're not making loads. I think we could probably do with getting a bit faster on there and making a few more of them. So they're not actually building as many as I'd like to. It's those rods. There's not enough of those rods getting on there. They've been taken up quite quickly. So maybe I need to look at a different way of doing that. It's lucky I leave a gap now between these factories, because what it does, it allows me now to run another belt around here, around the back, and connect it up to that one. So perhaps I'll have to do that. But for the moment, I'm going to leave it as it is. It's just going to do what it's doing. I did want to get more of these put in, but every time I build a factory now with robots, it's going to use electronic components. And that means it's going to take more and more and more from here. So what I'd say is, tip for anybody playing this game, start off with a way you can make electronic components and expand and expand and expand, even if you have to put 2 factories in. I think that these are the massive bottleneck of the game, these electronic components. Every time I've done anything, it's always been held up by these. So everything uses them. So that being said, what do we want to do? We want to extend this. So I will extend this with a few more factories. I mean, I could probably triple that quite easily and get 3 times the amount of bots coming out of there. And same for this, very easy to expand. I'll probably take that apart completely and just make it a little neater, turn it into level 2 automation, and then get that down there, get more of these vacuum bots going. And then what have we got here? We've got these coils. So I did build another belt for coils, because they are being used there and they are going off into this construction components. So that's fine. They do go back on the belt at some point. Steel is now building back up again, so these bots are being made, which is great. We can extend this as well. We've got an idea of how it works. It is a shame we can't do templates. Now, whether this is something they're putting into the game later, I don't know. But it would be good if we could copy that and paste it, because we could do another 2 of those quite easily there. Put more yellow bots onto those belts. Lovely, nice and easy. And then the same, essentially here. So again, electronic components. Every single one uses electronic components. Even these ones down here. And the belt is really rather dry at this end. Like a good martini. So yeah, that's our bottleneck electronic components. Everything else is all good. Pretty much now I don't need my legs anymore because we're hovering everywhere. So I did go and build more fuel. Let's go and take a look at our fuel, because we did really well with that. And I'm quite going to pat myself on the back with it, because I did quite a good job, I think. We found the problem, identified it, and then fixed it. And now look at that. We've got so much fuel coming down here now. Don't even need to worry anymore. Tons of it. So I did repurpose this machine here, just this single one at the end. And I made it into jet fuel. So now we've got our own jet fuel supply. Got 175 of that, so we'll have plenty of fuel to last us for a long, long time. The only thing with that is it does use the barrels, but once they're used, they're gone forever. But we can put more on the line. That's not a problem. We've got a good flow going back and forth. I think we're fine. In terms of our miners, these are doing well. They're still building the nice quality, high quality ore, where it goes into crushers, then gets melted down. So that's excellent. There's plenty coming out there. Same this side. No bottlenecks or problems with that. Research-wise, we're doing fine. We could do with doing a bit more research. So I'm actually going to pick a couple. I did do a couple of researches off screen. But only basic stuff like batteries and just the automated stuff. Just wanted to raise that up a little bit. So what I'm thinking today is, because we've now got the these other robots, we're not going to build these today because we need explosives. We need to get that process set up, which will probably be another episode. What I'm thinking is we should probably start researching other bits here that allow us to unlock this, which is the long-range scanner. Now, I think this is a factory that we have to get these robots to build. And we don't build it ourselves. We put it down and then these guys build it for us with the materials we put into it. I don't know. This is something we'll have to look at. But also, we've got a few other things here. Transformers, other bots, all kinds of other stuff. And other batteries as well. Don't know what these go into or where they come from, but they go into other machines. I guess they work in drones and robots. We've also got these other science packs we can unlock. Now, unlocking yellow science packs unlocks a lot more interesting stuff. So maybe we need to look at that. The only problem is, we can't build these yet. We could, but we need to start building these batteries. These are a bit of a problem at the moment, because we don't have this. But we will need to get this going as well. But we can do that. We'll get that sorted out another day. So I think for the moment, we will go combat drones, get those started, and then we'll start building these maintenance drones. The combat drones will unlock these weapon components, and then that will allow us to start building things like greenhouses and stuff. So how are we doing in terms of space? Now, I'm going to show you now it's not good. We did bad. We did a bad thing. Look, we've lost all our sectors, except this one. And the reason we lost it is because we weren't able to produce any more robots. So we ran out of power, which harmed us. And then we ran out of steel, which has harmed us. So now these are getting back online. This will go up again, and we will get there. But also, station upgrades. We've got a few upgrades we can do. Solar panels we can still do more of. We've got 10 megawatts left. I'm not too worried at the moment about that. What I have been doing is I've been extending these at cargo bays out so we can hold a bit more cargo. So now we've got 10,000 construction components. Not worried about that or any money. We're doing fine in that respect. Hangar space, we're fine. Thermalite vaults, I did one of these. Might do a few more of those as we go. But one of the things I do want to do is start doing things like upgrading these lasers. Now, we haven't got enough power for that. But what we do have is the option to upgrade this. Basic repairs on this reactor. Now, we've got everything we need for that. And that's going to give us 160 megawatts. That's going to be mega. Literally mega. Let's start with that. We'll get ourselves some power going on here. And then we'll carry on from there. So that's going to keep us going for the rest of the episode, I'd say. So, junk and stuff in there, all good. Where am I for everything else? Right, everything seems to have stopped. The controls are not working for some reason. There we go. Right, what are we going to do? I think we're going to build this first and extend this out. But we need to work on this and get more of this. More belts, faster belts. Maybe we need to even get a dedicated belt just for these. But we're not using loads. That's the weird thing. So what have we got here? It's going along pretty fast. It's coming up pretty quick. It's just a bottleneck of speed. It's essentially the problem. Can we get another line through here for these? Maybe. I don't know. Possibly. Yeah, so I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut this belt off here. And stop those going through. And I'm going to build a belt that goes around this way instead. And it's going to come through here, like this, into there, and into there, and it's going to come this way. Now, might be a bit tricky to do it like this, but I'm going to put it through anyway. One way or another, we'll get it through. And I think we can probably do this. Just run out of yellow belts, isn't that just typical? Right, let me build some of those. Okay, there we go. That's the yellow belt there. But what are we doing here? So this, I think, needs to be split off again. So we're going to split the splitter. I know this is going to be a bit weird and a bit janky, but it's the only way realistically we're going to be able to do this. So we want a yellow splitter in here to go into that splitter there. Except, look, it's not going to work because of these stairs. This is not going to work the way I planned it to. Okay, so how do we fix that? I think we fix that by moving this across. Not ideal. We'll do it this way, because look, what we'll do is take that and that in there. These yellow belts, we'll press Q on there, and we'll put this yellow belt here and this yellow belt here. There we go. Right. That's going to let these belts work a bit more effectively. So those ones now will go in to make the copper coils, and this one will just go in here to make the electronic components, and it won't have to be bottlenecked by the other stuff on there. Now, this means this factory here is going to be slow. It will catch up eventually. Now we need to put this in as well. So what do we need to do here? We need to put in a ramp that goes down like this. And then one of these that goes there. And we've just about managed to fit that all in. It's a bit messy. We're going to get screwed later on for space, I think. We're going to have to be careful. Very careful. But it is what it is for now. That's all we can do. We've kind of cooked our own goose, really, by not allowing enough space for all of these things to come out. But we'll be fine. This here is going to be our problem. Getting enough of these on a belt. So that's actually coming out a bit quicker now. If you see that, it's actually now 5 per bunch now. So it's coming a bit quicker in there. Just need to get down the end of this line, really. I wonder if maybe we need to put that as a yellow belt all the way down there. That could be why. Let's try that. See if that's doing anything better. There we go. Maybe that'll help. We'll see. We'll figure that out later. Starting to get into some real heavy usages now, which is a bit of a problem. We may start a separate factory just making these. Maybe put it down that end and have a belt of those bars going this way. Yeah, we'll have to think about that. We'll work something out. For now, though, I'm going to start increasing the space on these and getting more of these put in. I have to build quite a few of these to get going. So we'll put in... I think we could put in another 8 of those quite easily. Just to build those bots. Or do we want to do it so that the other bots are now coming this way as well and put these platforms in? I think maybe that's what we'll need to do. Yeah, I'm going to do that. So what I'm going to do is tidy this up a bit. Get the other platforms put on here. And we'll get them added too. So we've got more conveyors this way. We've got more space. So it's literally going to be tidying up today. Okay, we're going to use the laser to clear some of this out. Always fun to use the laser. And we've upgraded it as well. So it should be a bit better and a bit more power in it. Let's see what we can do here. Clear all this mess. Oh, got to be careful with this. Don't want to hit anything too much. There we go. There we go. Lovely big space in there. Nice big area. We've still got 600 blocks left. We'll probably be able to put some in here as well. There we go. Lovely. We'll get that through there. Covers that nicely, doesn't it? Perfect. Excellent. See? Getting closer to covering this entire planet in blocks, aren't we? Okay then, so next thing we need to do is cut this off here and here, here, and we then take this one here and here, and we'll take all these out as well because these bots are going to go the other way now. Oh, nearly got killed by the ship. That's fine. Keep out of the way of that. Still don't know if they kill you actually. I haven't worked that out yet. I'm guessing they do, so I'm not going to get too near them. Okay, brilliant. Right then. So we want this belt to go this way. We'll get it going down there. And it's going to have to go over here somehow, isn't it? So we're going to have to put some blocks in here as well. Goes to there. Perfect. That's that one ready. So that's going to go. It'll get sent up to the shuttle, to the space station. Let's pop any in there that we don't need. Okay, there's only one, but that's fine. Excellent. And then we'll get this next lot out of the way, and we'll get that one done as well. There we go. And then we have space now for 2 more platforms to put there for the next batch of bots that we use. So we can drop these bots in here as well. Excellent. Right. That's all the bots routed. They're all going on a merry little way, all along the belts, and now we have space to expand and extend all of them. Excellent. Right. Then we'll start being able to put our military bots in there as well, once we start building those. So then, how do we get more of these electronic components onto this belt? Because we are struggling. Big struggles. We're not able to get enough of these bars down here. Now not enough of these copper things down either. Okay, so the bars are coming in. We've got enough of those now. Just these copper bits. There's not enough of that coming through. Probably because there's not enough bars coming through on there now. Oh no, there we go. Right, okay, they're going. So probably if we change these to yellows and make them a bit quicker, that might fix our problem. There you go, look, nice big thick long line coming out. Okay, so I don't think we're going to, these last 3 are going to get any more copper on them. Unless we can build more. Do you know what? We could put another one in here, couldn't we? Let's do Control Q. And pop this in here. Yep. And then we can do an input and an output. So an input is going... Oh, that's an input there. And an output is a 2 going... Then we need to put a belt in there, a yellow belt. So there. Excellent. Right. That's a few more bolstering it now. Excellent. Good stuff. We can get upgraded machines later, which will help us. And I think that's going to give us a bit more in the way of these components. But I still would like to see a more full-up belt than that. Okay. I did a little bit of changing things around. So what I did, I deleted 2 of these off of this end. And I just stuck a few more of these on here. So now we've got... what have we got? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these making coils. There are coils for days. Now we seem to be running out of the these rods, which is another issue. But that's fine. The coils are getting made. They're now getting down here. They're saturating this belt, which is lovely. But they're still not reaching the end quite because now they've got no rods either. So we're still back to square one, but we've got more capacity. So I think we'll leave this as it is for now. We can add far more onto the end of this as we upgrade our belts, which when it comes to research, we want to get to these green belts. They're here. But we're going to need things first of all, which is going to be this yellow science packs. That's the next thing. But to build yellow science packs, circuit boards, energy cells, and thermalite sheets, that's going to be another episode. I don't think we'll get that done today. There we go. Right. That's how we've managed to expand it. As I say, these copper or these rods now, they are the bottleneck. So they're definitely coming through quick, but not coming through quick enough. It's just too many things taken off the belt. So that needs to be upgraded as well, or a second belt put in. That would be my preference, have a second belt. We could move this over quite easily. Get it put to there. Actually, do you know what? We could do that. Let's have a look at that. I think we could do it quite easily. Doesn't mean we're going to have to take this out. Yes, we can. Oh, look, get a yellow belt through there. That's good. Right. Because then what I can do is I can delete this. I can delete this and move over one. put it there. Just means we need to get some belts in here. Oh, hang on. Delete that one F there. I don't know what I did there. Alright, let's cue that again. And yellow, yellow, and we've run out of belts. Isn't that great? One more yellow would have been lovely. Can I get another yellow belt? Thank you very much. There we go. Right. Now we have the ability to put 2 lots of these things down here and have one dedicated belt just for these. And one for the other side. But now we need to get the belts from here. Which is going to be interesting. So we need to get that down there. The yellows on here would be good. So we have all of these. And we have, how do we have? 1, 2, 3. Let's just get it out. 3, 4. 12. So 12 of those. So for every 6, we need to expand this out one more. Take this belt from here. 2, 5, 6. So from this belt, we go like that. That should leave 6 of them going the other way. Okay, right. And then we take that belt there. And we put it back in again. Like that. The question is, are they making belts consistently or rods consistently in there? They seem to be. Good. And then we need to basically duplicate what we've done here. So we'll take this out and this and this. And then we need 2 of these ramps in again. 1 and 1. There we go. That's 2 ramps, I think, going up that way. 1 there like this, and then we need this one to go like this to here. And we've run out of belts again. Let's get some more of those. And any second now we should get a couple more put on there, so it gets 3. 1 more, come on. Any second now. There we go. Right. That should solve our problem. 2 yellow belts going through. Same as we've done with the iron plates. Or the technum plates, whichever you prefer. And that now should go through there and fill that belt completely for us. Thank you for the basic repairs. Lovely. Space station upgrade. Right. And here they come. So they get filled up in there first of all. That's going to take a bit of time. That's not a problem itself. That is just doing what it's doing. We'll leave that to do what it's doing. Let's go and check our space station, see what that did. Okay, station upgrades. What did we just upgrade? The reactor, wasn't it? Yeah, so look, 170 megawatts of power now. We're absolutely flying with power. So solar panels now. Don't think we need to worry about those. Right, what's next? Docking facilities. No, not interested in that. Communications. That's more trade licenses. Not worried about that for the moment. I want to get our factory optimized first. Orbital laser again. Power upgrade. Let's start with that. Get some power. Make this laser more powerful than anyone's ever built a laser before. But really now, we want to copy this, don't we? Have we got all the things we need? No, we need more inserters. So I'm going to build some more stuff. I'm going to go and get myself a long list of stuff we need. So long inserters. Those long inserters as well. And then we shall increase this. And there we go. That is a big long extension of our bots. So they're going out on a lot faster lines now, a bigger line. And it seems we're actually keeping up with them. So it doesn't seem too bad. These are just red belts as well. So I think we'll be doing alright with these bots. I think we can get quite a lot of these out. I mean, there's 12, I think, there. We could probably put another 3 in if we wanted to. But look at that. That's going to massively increase our output, which is brilliant. Probably going to increase our power consumption as well, but it is what it is. The only thing now is a bottleneck. Again, these components, the electric components. But yeah, that's just going to be what it is for now. We are going to have to make just a dedicated factory for those, which only needs technum ore. So theoretically, we could just go and build a whole new factory for that. But look at this, we're running out of space on these belts now. Well, there's gaps on these belts, but I don't know why. Is there a capacity to put more on these, perhaps, I wonder? We put another 5, 10 of those in there? Potentially we could. So yeah, we've got some options there at least. Yeah, that's something I'll probably do between episodes in that case and extend that. Technum ore we got tons of. Xenoferrite, the technum ore, this is it. We've got absolute stacks of it still. Absolute metric tons of it. Oh, there's Kubo, or whatever his name is. He's still stuck there. Good. Okay. Research-wise, we don't have any active research. Let's get on that again. So it looks like we've done these research packs, which is great. Solar panels. Could be good. What else have we got? Batteries. Other types of robots. Large transformers. Not sure what we need those for at the moment. Spaceship fuel. Not too worried about that. Maybe we need to do these maintenance drones. That's going to allow us to unlock these. Yeah, let's do that. I think next episode, though, we'll look at building those, what are they called? Those robots that are military robots. Yeah. Circuit boards are going to need those, so that's going to be more of these. Right, they're filling up good. They're lovely. Excellent. Perfect. Right. Next one is extending this. But as I say, I think I was just going to delete this out and start fresh with this. It's quite a simple factory to make. Same again for that one, basic, same principle. And start it sort of fresh from here. Yeah, we'll get those on the thing as well. Our profits are going back up now, which is really nice to see. So yeah, what I think I'm doing, I'm going to build a factory now to bolster these circuits because this just isn't getting anywhere near enough. And I think we'll put it down here somewhere. Okay, right. So we've got a bigger supply of stuff coming in now. Got this belt coming through all the stuff here, and this is now going to make a lot more rods. So these are going to be spitting out onto this belt. So I need to work out where the halfway point is now between all these bad boys. And I've realised I've put half of them that way and half of them that way, which is very annoying. So how many more did I add to that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. So I need to move this back another 4 then, don't I? Where is that going to go to? About there. And then delete this one. There we go. And then those ones should just go straight onto that belt, and that should fill that belt as well. There we go. Right. Ooh, wow. Does that even get any ore down that end? Probably not. Not enough going through. There's not enough capacity of the belts. They're not quick enough. That's our bottleneck now, is belts. Yay. Well, at least we've got a pleasant bottleneck to have. A nice problem to have. But this will mean this is full to the brim now, which is great. We've got no ore that we don't want on us. We can dump. Oh, good. Brilliant. So that's now brimming with those little bars, those little rods, which is great because that's going through here. That will fill this up. That's getting the rods and the... Yeah, good. That's making a nice little dent there now. Brilliant. It's still not enough though. That's the problem. We need a lot more. We need 2 belts of this really. Okay, just upgraded down here just to get another belt out on this side. And I want to get this going a bit further across so that we can actually use this other belt as a resource for making more of these copper things ourselves. I say copper. I'm calling it copper because it's copper, but yeah, you know what I mean. There we go. Just got our orbital laser finished. Level 2 power. That's nice. And what I've done is I've put in a very small crusher system and smelting system here to get these belts, or these bars rather, out. And we will get them onto a yellow belt as soon as we can. We need to get more electronic components before we can do that. I'm going to build all this with red belts for the moment. And we'll go from there. But I'm going to build this down here because I want to get this made into what's it called? The copper coils as well. We'll turn this into a factory down this way, so I'll put these down this way like this also. Okay. I'm going to use the red ones for the output on these belts. Actually, do you know what? I might move these back one. Yeah, I'm going to do that. It's going to be easier that way. Method in my madness. We'll put 4 of these down for the moment. That should be a fair amount of the copper, hopefully. And then we'll have another belt going this way, the output, which will be the copper. And then those can both go that way into a factory that makes the actual electronic components as well. This is going to draw from this supply, but it's not going to harm our main supply, so that should still go through as well. It's just to bolster it, because we're going to need tons of this stuff, I reckon. Right, so we need a long input, which we need to get some more of those. And we haven't got any stuff. Right, I'll go and buy some more stuff or get some more components and be back. This is what's hurting us, is having electronic components available to use like this. We just have to keep going robbing them off the belts otherwise. So, yeah, mid to late game, electronic components are your biggest need by the looks of it. Everything's using them. Every single thing uses these components. So, don't scrimp and save on these. Much better looking. I feel like I should put in a box to take some components off of there. I think I'm going to, you know. I think I'm going to have to. I don't think I have any other option at the moment. I've got any electronic components to build the box to put the components in. Excellent. That's going to swipe those for a moment, but that's looking much nicer. Whew, right. I don't think we've really done anything. I don't feel like I've done anything except catch my towel, really. Next episode, I think we're going to have to start looking at this. Extending this. I think, you know what, I'm going to do these between episodes. I'm going to do this between episodes. I'm going to carry on doing the research. So, between us, or between episodes, I'm going to fill these up. Or I'm going to carry on researching all this. And complete what I can. So, by the time we're back, we should have quite a lot more of this done. Yeah, I want to get a long-range scanner as well. That would be quite nice to see. But we'll look at that when we get back. Yeah, I'll keep researching here. And I think next episode we will have more space. These will be extended. And hopefully we'll have some new options of buildings where we go from there. Let's have a look at the galactic market before we finish. See where we're at. Ooh, we are starting to struggle now. We're struggling. Okay, galactic map. Yes, look at that. Putting ourselves back on top. One little piece at a time. Excellent. And station upgrades. What do we got? Orbital laser upgrade again. Oh, let's see if we can do that. Yep. Build that. That's not a problem. What's the number 4 taking? Power upgrade number 3. Okay. I think we'll be able to do all of those. I think the next episode we'll have this laser so powerful, nobody will stop us. Yeah. Cool. Right. There we go. So I'm wondering now, it just occurred to me now, if we're actually upgrading these, we should have made these into the larger pads. Which is hindsight, isn't it? The benefit of hindsight. Because we've got a big backlog there, and we can't get enough of these going up. Maybe we haven't got enough shuttles to do it, that could be why. We should have one going up, one coming down on these. Yeah. Bigger shuttles next time. Oh, wow. What do we do next? It is what it is, isn't it? It's crazy. Okay, right. I'm going to leave it there. Next episode we'll finish off and we'll see what we can do in terms of getting moved forward. Otherwise, that's it for today. I'll leave you guys to it and I'll see you in the next one.